Hey everyone, how's it going? We're glad you're all here from all around the world. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's check out this unbelievable scene. For the first time ever, an entire swarm of Iranian Fatah hypersonic missiles strikes Tel Aviv Airport, destroying 7 F-35 fighter jets and a military cargo plane loaded with tons of weapons. We now pause for this urgent breaking news. The Iranian military has launched several Qadr and Khaybar missiles toward Tel Aviv. The Israeli Channel 1 in Hebrew reports that the airport's command center has caught fire, and several radar systems have been destroyed. A major escalation under what Iran is calling Operation True Promise 3. This morning, the Iranian military confirmed the launch of a large number of Fatah hypersonic missiles targeting Israel's largest airbase. According to their official statement, the strike destroyed 7 Israeli F-35 jets parked at the base and blew up a massive cargo plane that was preparing for takeoff. The statement also said the missile strike completely destroyed the base's radar and air traffic control systems, effectively paralyzing military flight operations in the area. The Israeli Air Force has gone into full emergency mode. Iran's Revolutionary Guard said they used the first generation of Fatah hypersonic missiles in this latest wave of Operation True Promise 3, claiming the operation marks the beginning of the end for Israel's so-called air defense legend. Warning sirens went off across greater Tel Aviv, including in cities like Tel Aviv, Ashdod, Rishon LeZion, and Netanya, and also in Haifa and Jerusalem. The Israeli newspaper Israel Hayom confirmed that at least 2 missiles hit Jerusalem and the Sharon area near Tel Aviv. Channel 12 reported damage to a building in central Israel and said missile fragments hit another building in the north, sparking several fires due to either direct hits or debris. The same channel confirmed that firefighting teams responded to a large blaze in central Israel that damaged around 20 cars. Iranian news agency Fars reported that Iranian forces also targeted Meron Air Base in northern Israel, the headquarters of Israel's military intelligence, Amman, in Herzliya, north of Tel Aviv, and a location in Tel Aviv, believed to be used for planning assassinations. Israel's health ministry said 949 people have been hospitalized from the latest Iranian attacks. Meanwhile, Israel has imposed a strict media blackout on the targeted sites, especially military and strategic locations, claiming that revealing details would help the enemy. According to Maariv, thousands of Israelis have been evacuated due to the missile strikes. The Tel Aviv municipality is inspecting damaged buildings to decide whether to demolish them after hundreds of families were relocated. Breaking. A very serious situation is unfolding in Tel Aviv. A massive wave of Iranian Khaybar and Qadr missiles has reportedly hit the Israeli Defense Ministry and the intelligence headquarters. Channel 12 has admitted that a skyscraper caught fire and collapsed completely. Israel's defense minister is reportedly furious after 2 Iron Dome batteries exploded, a major escalation under Operation True Promise 3. Long-range Iranian missiles hit strategic targets deep inside Tel Aviv, including the Israeli Defense Ministry and Intelligence HQ, causing huge fires and widespread destruction of critical infrastructure. Multiple sources say one of the missiles caused a nearby skyscraper next to the security compound to burn down. Fire crews have struggled to contain the flames, which spread across several floors. In another twist, internal sources from the Defense Ministry report that several senior officials and officers were injured by a direct blast in the administrative floors. No official statement has been released yet about the number of casualties. Meanwhile, 2 Iron Dome missile batteries exploded simultaneously, even though no incoming missiles were detected, raising strong suspicions of a cyber attack or some kind of advanced electronic interference used by Iran to disable the system from within. These strikes are part of a concentrated campaign announced by Tehran under the name True Promise 3 in direct response to ongoing Israeli attacks. The Israeli military and security agencies are reportedly in shock and disarray. Iranian news outlet Tasnim reported that the Revolutionary Guard launched the 10th wave of missile and drone attacks at Israel, prompting the Israeli army to raise its alert level to the highest. The Israeli army confirmed it detected missile launches from Iran and that defense systems are attempting to intercept them. Meanwhile, Israel's Home Front Command said sirens have gone off in Tel Aviv, northern Israel, the Negev, Be'er Sheva, and Dimona in the south. According to Channel 12, the Israeli military believes Iran still has around 1,800 heavy missiles ready to be launched, possibly all at once. Earlier, Israeli emergency services reported 40 injuries from the most recent wave of rocket attacks while people were rushing to shelters. Channel 12 said Iran has launched 17 waves of attacks, totaling around 400 missiles, since the war began. A senior official confirmed that U.S. missile defense systems also joined in intercepting some of the latest Iranian rockets. Let's now take a look at this unprecedented event. Iranian missile destroys U.S. military cargo plane at Tel Aviv Airport. A U.S. military cargo plane loaded with tons of weapons has reportedly been hit and completely destroyed by an Iranian missile at Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion Airport. Let's now turn to this breaking story. The Iranian military has launched close to 1,000 Qadr and Khybar missiles toward Tel Aviv. Israeli Channel 12 confirms that the American cargo plane caught fire in what's being called a major and unprecedented escalation under Operation True Promise 3. Iranian sources said the strike was highly precise, targeting the heavy-duty U.S. military cargo aircraft while it was parked at Ben Gurion International Airport. The plane, which was reportedly carrying tons of advanced weapons and equipment intended to bolster U.S. military support for Israel, was struck by a long-range guided Qadr missile. The resulting explosion triggered a massive fire and completely destroyed the aircraft. Panic spread around the airport and all flight operations came to a halt. The blast was heard across large parts of Tel Aviv. Footage showed flames and thick smoke rising from the runway. Although Israeli authorities have remained silent about the scale of the damage, insiders say the military cargo was almost entirely destroyed. There may also be casualties, but no official details have been released yet. At the same time, Iran's Revolutionary Guard issued a strongly worded statement warning that this strike is just the beginning. The statement threatened that 10,000 missiles are ready to launch within hours, targeting Israel's entire military, security, and critical infrastructure, including command centers, air bases, nuclear facilities, and even civilian infrastructure that supports the Israeli army. Iran said this is a direct response to Israeli attacks inside Iran and warned that any further escalation by Israel or its allies will be met with an even harsher and more painful retaliation. This marks the first direct and open strike on American military assets inside Israel, a move that could dangerously widen the conflict and potentially lead to a full-blown regional war if the situation spirals out of control. Urgent. Iranian missiles hit Mossad HQ in central Tel Aviv. In an extremely serious development, Iranian missiles have reportedly struck the Mossad headquarters deep inside Tel Aviv. Channel 12 reports multiple senior officials were seriously injured, with large parts of the building destroyed. A massive fire also broke out in a skyscraper owned by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after it was directly hit by an Iranian Khybar missile. As part of Operation True Promise 3, Iran launched a pinpoint strike targeting highly sensitive security and economic facilities in Tel Aviv. Sources say a Khybar missile hit a secret Mossad site in central Tel Aviv, setting off a major fire and causing significant structural damage. Several high-ranking officials were reportedly wounded. In a second strike during the same operation, another missile hit Tel Aviv's tallest skyscraper, reportedly owned by Netanyahu himself. The upper floors suffered heavy damage, and the attack caused chaos and panic throughout the area. Following these attacks, Iran's military announced a new wave of missile launches aimed at Israel. According to Iranian state TV, the operation includes both missiles and drones targeting Tel Aviv and Haifa. The Revolutionary Guard and other military branches have launched a full-scale offensive against Israel. Fars news agency reported that Iran's latest wave of attacks on Israel is, well, hybrid, combining missile strikes and drone swarms. The IRGC confirmed that this was the 9th wave of Operation True Promise 3 against the Israeli entity, and claimed that over the past 72 hours they've carried out 540 drone operations. The IRGC stated that Israel will no longer enjoy peace and stability. Meanwhile, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei posted on X, formerly Twitter, "Victory from God is near. With God's help, Iran will defeat the Zionist entity." This came shortly after a controversial interview with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on ABC.